Now I'd like to tell you about something that happened 3 months before I finished the House of God. I was asleep and I had a vision of dying, basically. I was seeing a bunch of people coming towards me, some I knew, some I didn't, and fantastic colors everywhere. And I thought to myself that, wow, I'm passing away. And I started to reach out, and all of a sudden I got something like slapped up in the back of my head, and I was shifted awake. And I just couldn't believe the feeling I had in my body. It was like nothing I ever felt before. But before I woke up, I heard a voice saying, "Not yet." And that just freaked me out. But I wasn't finished, and I wasn't going to die. I think I was just going through some kind of a sleep apnea episode. But my angel wouldn't let me succumb. I had more work to do. Now, all through my art career, I have been battling mankind. And my brushes were my guns, and my paintings were my bullets. But on this particular masterpiece that I've created, The Three Heavens, my paintbrushes were more like my flowers, and my paintings were the nectar. And the human condition will never ever change, it seems, because we live in a cursed world of sin. Now, in my paintings, I put my living angel, my wife, in them, all three of them. And this is what she looks like. And she is a wonderful, wonderful woman. She has kept me on even keel and given me all the things that I've ever wanted in life. Anyways, I hope you recognize her in the paintings. Now, since that angel appeared, I've had no sickness. I haven't had a cold or the flu in 13 years. And what was amazing is 1 week after I finished the House of God and they buried my friend, my boil went away, and it has not come back. I went through a full year painting that picture with a boil on my ass, and it wasn't easy. It was hard to function as I painted. But even weirder was the fact that 50 to 60 different sessions, I had a little gnat land on my brush, and it had big, good size, iridescent turquoise wings on it. And it kind of became my friend, and I would just say hello to it and talk to it, and then it would fly away. And I don't know where it went. I don't know where it came from. But it would always come and land on my brush. Now, God gave us 10 commandments, and I try to live up to those 10 commandments. Like Lou Don, I am honoring my mother and father. But I try to go by 3 common law rules. Number 1 is do all you say you're going to do. That gives you integrity. With respect, do not encroach people or their property. And with consideration, treat everyone the way you want to be treated. That is the 3 common laws I try to live up to. Now, I do thought-provoking surrealism. I've always done that. But did you know that Michelangelo, the most celebrated artist in history, when he was 45 years old, he took all his artwork and put it in the town square and lit it on fire. And when the townsfolk came out and asked him, "What are you doing, Michael? What are you doing?" He says, "I'm burning it." And they say, "Why?" And he says, "Well, they don't say anything." Well, I have been saying something in my artwork my entire life, so I'm one step ahead of you there, Michael. And you know, artists like Michelangelo and Da Vinci, all the great ones, they had money. They married into rich families and always had a benefactor. And I've never had a benefactor, but I keep trying to do the best I can. I wish I had a benefactor. I have no cell phone. I have no internet. I have no TV. I turned my television off 16 years ago, in the year 2000. And I don't miss it. So, if you would like to comment on any one of these installments, first installment and second installment, you can write me, but if you want a response, you're going to have to put a self-addressed stamped envelope in with your letter. If you want me to respond, I just simply can't afford it. I'm on disability and my wife is on disability, and we're very, very much in pain all the time. But, and if you're a lawyer and you want to offer me some pro bono work, because the next installment I'm going to really piss off the thought police. Anyways, you can get in touch with me via Jack Loudon, P.O. Box 1873, Oracle, Arizona 85623. And I'd love to hear from you. If you have anything, some questions or comments, I'll get back to you. I promise you that. Next is going to be predictions in politics. And the thought police are going to be very, very angry at me, because I'm going to cover a lot of subjects about social engineering and the programming process, the incredible programming process. So this is the end of the second installment, Dream Visions. And if you put attention DV, I'll know what you're talking about when you send your letter. So God bless you all, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
You're looking for the right thing, you're not turning head. Wonder what you're missing. Yeah, it's gonna get to you, but no one's gonna get to you.
Hello world, hello United States. I am still a sovereign citizen of the Arizona. I am going to start this third and final installment, which is going to be in 2 episodes. Predictions in politics. And I'm going to start with predictions and a few words from Christ. In the end days, you will be hated for my name's sake. That seems to be pretty apparent right now, what's going on in the world with the rise of Islam, the hatred, all the demeanor towards Christians, and those that endure till the end shall be saved. Now that's an interesting quote. In other words, if you do not lose your faith and you suffer unto them, you will know the joys of the second and third heaven, the house of God. Now, Christ had the third eye, the sixth sense, all his life. And I think that he could probably see into that other dimension whenever he wanted to. And the last thing he said on the cross was, "It is finished." And to me, that almost says to me that he probably saw the first heaven completed. And he said, "It is finished." And he was ready to die for our sins. But here's something to really ponder here. The things of the world love the things of the world, but the things of God the world does not. That's interesting, isn't it? Now, I want you all to have an open mind. The most dangerous thing in the world is a closed mind. I am an independent, conservative, Republican, libertarian, progressive, liberal. In other words, I listen to everything as best I can. And, you know, they're all not bad, they're all not good. So you have to take a little bit of everything and put it together for yourself. Now, in my opinion, Demoblicans and Republicrats, there doesn't seem to be any difference between these elite bastards. So the one way you can really get them to notice you is change your political affiliation to independent. I'm sure if there's enough independents come the next election, they'll start telling the truth. And that's something that's very, very elusive in Washington, D.C. So I want to start this by giving you the definitions of certain words, and I want you to correlate them to what your political affiliation is. I'll go in alphabetical order. Conservative, desiring to preserve existing institutions, opposed to radical changes, moderate, cautious, which everybody knows is a Republican. Republican, a person who supports the form of government of a republic. Independent, free from the authority, control, or influence of others. Self-governing, not committed to an organized political party. Amen. Liberal, giving freely, giving more than is necessary or unusual. Admitting more than is directly expressed. Not sticking to the letter. A liberal interpretation of the rules. politics favorable to individual liberty, social reform, and the removal of economic restraints, liberalism. Democrat, someone who believes in democracy, a member of the Democrat Party. Libertarian, someone who accepts the doctrine of free will and advocate of liberty in individual thought and action. Progressive, having to do with or favoring political or social progress or reform, favoring modern educational ideas which stress informal teaching methods and the encouragement of self-expression. Taxation. Well, there you have it. That is from the Webster Encyclopedic Dictionary. Now I'll give you 3 more words to consider. Corrupt. Changed from a sound to a putrid state. Dishonest, open to bribery. Not genuine, full of errors. To pervert, make wicked. To defile, taint. To break completely. Treason. An attempt to overthrow by illegal means the government to which a person owes allegiance. The act or attempted act of working for the enemies of the state. An attempt to kill or injure the sovereign. Betrayal of trust. Disloyalty. Contempt. An attitude to something which one despises as worthless, insignificant, or vile. Disobedience of lawful orders. It seems to me that a lot of this is going on right now in our country between local governments, the media, and our government itself. Which one are you? was 14, I attempted my first painting, oil painting. And it was very, very different from anything I've ever done because something was moving me inside. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people that might experience this. The painting is called Walking the Valley of the Shadowy Death. And the song is Rebel Religion. Enjoy. Now, if you do experience something like this when you pass away, I suggest very strongly that you ask Jesus Christ not to forsake you and give you another chance. But anyways, we're going to go on to a subject that's very touchy with me. And the subject is abortion. Now, for both sexes to listen to this, you really have to have an open mind here. You got to wonder, is abortion murder or not? Well, I think it is murder. Because if you cannot see the spirit and it's invisible, how do you really know, or scientists really know, when that spirit arrives? A lot of cultures believe it arrives after the baby is born, but I don't believe that. I believe everything that grows, everything that lives on this planet has to have the spirit in it. God-given spirit. There's been over 50 million abortions performed in the United States and counting. When is it going to end? When is it going to be the fact that people have personal responsibility? To me, my biggest moment is when my oldest son was born. I was right there. It was the biggest moment of my life. I just could not believe it, what a woman goes through to give birth. And it is so precious. There is just no putting it into words. It's just a big event. That's what I call it. Now I'm going to read you something that it is my opinion, and my opinion alone. Was Christ viable fetal tissue with no soul or spirit until he was born, the Messiah, Savior of our world, a God walking with us? Or was it because he was born to a virgin named Mary that he was sent and given to us here on earth through divine providence? The heavens grant us all kinds of different abilities. Some get more, some get less, some are born with them. Some get them as they go along in life out of the incredible programming process. Some don't get them at all. Just what is it that motivates a single cell to divide and multiply? Is it instinct? Does it have a brain? Or a chemical message for it to divide? Or is it a blind force? You know what blind force is? An explosion. I have faith that it is a different dimensional force known as the spirit or soul that is invisible to us like many other things. This force can be brand new, or it can be one that is trying to return and make right the wrongs of the previous life and practice the message from Christ, God's only Son on this earth. Now, let's have a prediction, okay? I predict there will be a calamity forthcoming from the last dream vision I experienced. It was an explosion somewhere. I did not see the explosion, I only heard it. I remember walking outside, and everywhere I looked, everyone else was outside too, covering their ears and looking around, scared and crying, but no viable proof of what happened. It was very loud. I cannot say when this will occur, and I will also tell you, I surely hope and pray I'm wrong on this. Now, the thought police might be coming to get me, because I'm going to get into some really controversial stuff here. I'm going to start with the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. Keep an open mind on this, because if you have a closed mind, you're not stupid, you're stupid. All the lies coming from the government of the progressive left is what I ascertained for a final analysis. Question: would someone between the age of 20 to 35 years old spend $400 or more a month for health insurance being completely healthy? Or would they just pay the fine on their tax return? Let's do the math. $4,800 per year, or around $600 or 2% and rising per year fine. Question: would an employer with the right amount of employees provide health insurance for them? Let's again do the math. Providing health insurance for 50 employees, let's say $250 per month, times 50 equals $125,000. But the fine for not providing is $65,000. Question: what do you think the employee and the employer would do? That's right, pay the fine, of course. It's a win-win for the government, and in my final analysis, and hopefully yours too, nothing more than a money grab, so they can continue with their out-of-control spending. Can see the reverse here? They raised your income taxes. You have basically three enemies. It is not Russia. It isn't China. It isn't religion. Your enemies are within you. Hollywood movie, television, and news organizations, and the progressive government is the first. The second is the programming they keep ramming down your throat. And the third is your own apathy of I don't give a blank, bleep. How do you counter this? Please continue to listen with an open mind. If it all continues the way it is going, we will most likely end up in a state of poetic justice. Here is my painting called Poetic Justice, and the song is Free Press. Enjoy. Is it time for a nonviolent revolution? A velvet revolution? Here's what you could do. Become a cop. In the last 40 plus years, 3/4 of all the movies coming out of Hollywood have had the subliminal message symbols of steam and chains. Steam is the symbol of power, and chains are the symbol of bondage. And it always is one or the other or both in 75% of your movies. Check it out for yourselves, along with all the other subliminal messages of what is to be construed as normal. Not to mention how stupid they make women out to be. And stay here, don't go in there. Do they? No. They never listen. And there's one more thing about the first part of your enemy, and that's how they want your guns to be controlled. But what do they give you? Guns and more guns, explosions galore, and the end of the world movies. Oh, and don't forget the zombies. Yeah. Well, I got news for you folks that want to take my guns away from me. As long as there's this evil in this world, in this cursed world, I will keep my guns and protect my family. This is what you can do. You can become a cop. Christ's organized protesters. Now, will you sacrifice for Christ what Christ sacrificed for you? It's up to you. There's a lot of things you can do to have a velvet revolution. You can protest at NBC, CBS, ABC, wherever you find people are lying and have a narrative all of their own and their agenda. You can also start boycotting their products that advertise on their television. Now, that is basically the best way to get to them is cut off their money flow. And the most powerful thing really in the entire world is the American buying power. It's gone downhill quite a bit for the last 8 years, but you know what? It's coming back. Now, a lot of you think of Donald Trump as a tyrannical, rank, unbounded, malevolent punk. Am I right? Yep, I sure am. But couldn't he be a one-man revolutionary? If you look at the reverse, you have to understand that, number one, he is not a lawyer. Number two, he didn't go to an Ivy League school. And number three, now he's an apprentice. Isn't that ironic? The irony of it all? Irony, irony, irony. Give him a chance. Give him the benefit of the doubt. And you know what? He could end up being a terrifically righteous, universal man person. And, you know, if you look at the definition of Trump, to show an excellent side of one's character, especially by giving help in some crisis. That's the definition of Trump. Interesting, isn't it? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. All you never Trumpsters. I think he's going to be a great president. A president we've been needing for a long time. I've been alive for close to 61 years now. And if you think this country's this, that, and the other, just remember, the Republicans have controlled this Congress 12 years and going on the 13th year of since I've been alive. The rest has been Democrats. So if this country is gone downhill to the point where you don't understand what happened to it, well, there's the Democrat Party. That's why I urge everyone to just change the Republicans are not that much better either. So let's all turn into independence and see where that takes them. Truth is a hard thing to get to. But you can protest with their commercials, their advertisers. If you bought $10 worth of stamps a month and sent letters off to their advertisers saying you're going to boycott them until that radio station or that TV station or whatever, the Hollywood movie studios, start giving us something to really sink our teeth into. There's nothing but corrupt bullshit, and it offends me. And a lot of things offend me now, you know, and it's not that I am weak. I am stronger than most. But what offends me is that 2% or less that can control the narrative and nobody speaks out about it. It's time to start taking your apathy and putting it where the sun don't shine.
I never